This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Riakphore TV in association with MTK Global at the final press conference for the Next Gen show on Thursday night live on Sky Sports, headlined by Mr. Richard Riakphore. Richard, first of all, people pronounce your name a couple of different ways. Some people call it like Richard Riakphore, Riakphore, or just, you know.
You know what? Even Mark Tibbs, you should see his spelling on Twitter. It will spell it Riakphore, correct spelling. Then the next time he'll spell it Riakphore. I'm like, bro, you just spelled it Riakphore. You spelled it right the first time. What's happening? Like, but you know
what happened in that 5 minutes? Yeah.
But it's fine. Like you can pronounce it Riakphore.
No, but what is it? You tell me what it is, and then
Riakphore. Yeah, that's it. Simple. Yeah.
We're headlining. You know, people need to know your pronunciation of your name correctly. Jack Massey. A lot of kind of little bit of banter between the pair of you in the press conference, but there seems to be like a level of respect there as well.
Yeah, of course. You know, Jack Massey, he's a nice guy. I've met him before in the past. Had some words. You know, he's a decent guy. You know, but at the same time, listen. You know, once we get in the ring, all of that goes out the window. You know, it's just I'm here to do a job, and it's business. So, yeah, he's a decent fellow.
You touched on your 2019 in the press conference, and when you kind of reel off the names that you've beat this year, including like Tommy McCarthy and Bill Smith and these guys, these are decent level guys domestically that you've dispatched of.
Yeah, and you know it's a blessing to have come through those fights. I was a massive underdog for most of them, to be honest, and I always had that self-belief. I remember talking to you at that was when Craig Richard was fighting Jake Bull, and he was like, listen, these are the fights that you want. You know, you need to be taking them. He's not easy. Tommy McCarthy's not easy, but you know, give it all you got. And I said, you know what, it's cool. I knew deep inside that I know I can beat this guy, you know, and I believed in myself, and we ended up getting the win. So it's just a matter of self-belief and confidence, and just going and risking it, you know, rolling the dice, and hopefully you win, you know.
You both said, you said it first, that this fight will not last 6 rounds. So that's confident talk. Obviously, you said it first. He kind of backed it up and said that on his side it doesn't go past 6 rounds. So you're looking to take out Massey.
I train to knock people out. So, you know, if he stays in there, then that's good on him. But that's what I train for. At the same time, I train to obviously go through the rounds and do the rounds at the same time. But that's our ultimate goal, to knock opponents out. So I don't believe it will last that long. No.
I was a little bit intrigued by the whole cook-off on the Sunday. What's going on there then?
No, because you know what, I think I don't know. I just kind of got the feel like he thinks he's better than me at like boxing. I don't know, man. I think he feels like he's better than me at being a boxer, you know. But obviously, I told him, listen, if you want to do it on the inside, we can do it on the inside. I reckon I'll beat you in that game. Mid, long range, I can beat you at all the games. And if you want to do a cookout too for a Sunday roast, we can do that too. That's fine. That's fine. And if I lose that, then I'll put you in the oven. See what I'm saying? That'll be a slow roast. Cook him like an oxtail flipping. Oh man. But yeah, no, it's just a bit of banter though, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it seemed a bit dead. You know, it seemed a bit dead, the press conference, so I had to liven up a little bit, just joking around, man. But, you know, it's all serious now. No fun and games once you jump in the ring.
Absolutely, and come Thursday night, you both will obviously prove that. Richard, I just want to kind of talk about Dillian. He's returned now. He returned with a win against Marius Wack in Saudi Arabia of his own admission, and Mark Tibbs' admission as well. Not Dillian's best performance, but a bit of ring rust there. But that was important for Dillian just to get out, end the year on a positive after UCAD have now cleared him as well, and kind of end the year on a little bit of a positive note.
You know what, to be honest, a lot of people say that's not a great performance, but if you take everything into consideration, you know, every aspect.
Can I just stop you there? I'm just going by what Dillian said himself and Mark said, not what the people were saying, what Dillian said about his performance and Mark Tibbs said, that's all.
That's fine, because I don't even think he himself took everything into consideration what has gone on. But for you to go through borderline depression, you know, accusations that were not true, people stopping the progression of your career as a fighter, different organizations, I won't talk on them, but to people rocking with you one day, you know, you're at 100, the main man, and the next day at 0, you know, all the people that were so-called fans, strong fans, just turn against you in 2 seconds. How could that make one feel? And for him to overcome that and still jump in the ring when really and truly he shouldn't have jumped in the ring. He should have just taken a bit more time, lost weight, at least got his weight down, but he's still done it. It just shows what type of character, what type of individual, his mental fortitude that he's made from, you know. He's cut from a different cloth, and I feel like that I've learned a lot from Dillian, you know, and it's touching, you know, when you think about it, you know. He didn't deserve that, I promise you, but you know what? I believe that there's a big breakthrough coming through, and it's just a matter of time, and he will get everything that he deserves.
I think, kind of just touching on what you were saying there, I think a story kind of comes out regarding whatever, and I think a lot of people, without really delving into what's actually factual and what's not, come to their own conclusions and kind of hang someone before they've been tried. So I think with this situation, we saw Dillian was very silent, his team was very silent about what's going on. They couldn't talk about it legally, they still can't, but just wait and see what happens. And it proved to be, exactly. Dillian was right, yeah.
Exactly, it's funny, Kug, because obviously with common sense, anybody would be able to observe that if they were to make a fight go on, then that means that Dillian must be in a good position. There must not be the so-called enhancing drugs in his system for him to jump in the ring. Because if Rivas had died that day, oh my God, it probably would have been the end of boxing. Think about it, because the organization, they passed it. I think it was the boxing board, they passed it, the UCAN passed it, I think. But listen, if anything had happened to that guy and there was drugs in his system, that would have been the end. But I knew that from the background, even though I didn't know too much, I knew that Dillian has I don't know what's really going on. We just have to wait and see. Before we accuse people of doing certain wrongs, let's just wait and see, wait for the information to come out, and then we cast a judgment. But for the people that cast judgments before any information coming out, it just shows character, really, you know. It's foolish.
Well, hopefully, like I said, there's stuff going on behind the scenes that will resolve itself, but you know, Dillian Whyte can get his career back on track and kind of try and move on from the last 6 months, and some big opportunities next year for him. And yeah,
absolutely. Listen, he can fight who he wants to. He's a can man, and anybody can get, as he says. So listen, he's always in the hot seat, man. So he's good, man. He's in a great position now, and he's coming back. He's going to drop that weight, and then you're going to see that old school Dillian, you know, once again. So cool.
All right, Richard, listen, thank you very much for your time. Got the weigh-in tomorrow, so wish you the best of luck on Thursday night, and hopefully we'll grab a word for you after the fight at York Hall. Everyone tune in if you're not coming to York Hall.
Come, tune in, man. It's going to be a good fight. There's great talent on the card, up-and-coming talent, people making their debuts, and keep on following the journey, man. Appreciate it, guys. Cheers.
You know about Birdie Num Num?
Birdie what? What's that?
You know about Birdie Num Num?
No, I don't know about what's that.
You don't know about that?
No, what's that?
When you speak to Dillian, just ask him what does that mean. KUGAN said, what does that mean? I can't believe you don't know what that means. Yeah, just say to him. Yeah.
I'm going to give him a call later.
KUGAN said, Birdie Num Num.
All right, say no more. Okay.
Yeah, say no more. Thank you very much, Richard.
He is special. Absolute dynamite. Oh,